Ronald Karauri.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to contribute to this motion. And I want to start by commending our Gen Z Kenyans who came out in large numbers. I think some of us who are never involved in politics, and these young people are realizing now that change will not come if they do not get involved. We've all received so many text messages from these Kenyans from all over the country. Some of them were asking for donations, some of them were for sponsorships for school, most of them were about the finance bill. We're also getting M-Pesas to confirm our identity. Mr. Speaker, regrettably, the maximum amount I got was less than 50 shillings, while most of my counterparts got over 100,000. But I want to encourage Kenyans to keep contributing because I have a foundation which supports needy children in Kasarani to go to school. I understand the frustration of these Kenyans. When there is a tax on bread, when they do not have jobs, I understand why they would go on the streets. When you have failure in collection of taxes and never achieve the target, and you see bloated budgets and expenditures, it is very likely that people will go on the street. When you see a policymaker, I saw someone from KRA on TV the other day who could not explain the motor vehicle tax. This only creates the perception in the public that these taxes are out there to hurt them and not to help them. But even as I say that, Mr. Speaker, we must come back to reality. We have a budget deficit that we need to bridge. We need to stop borrowing. Members of this House passed a budget policy statement. I talked to one of my colleagues here and he told me we will pass the budget policy, but we will reject the finance bill. You know, when we talk about integrity, we need to start there. The changes have already been made, and I want to commend the Finance Committee. The VAT on bread has been dropped. The excise on vegetable oil has been dropped. The motor vehicle tax has been dropped. Mobile money transfer has been dropped. I would be a very deceptive individual if I did not change my stance and now support the bill with the amendments. For the Gen Z, I want to tell you the headlines of yesterday's newspapers. Nation headline said, Ruto backs down. The Standard talked about Ruto beats a retreat. My advice to them is that you've already won. In terms of the budget policy, the changes have been made in the finance bill, and you should be celebrating. And with those...
Evo Bara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to also add my voice to the debate. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the people of Kabondo Kasipul and all those concerned Kenyans who have sent me their messages, I want to reject the bill. Mr. Speaker, I listened to the chair of budget, Mr. Ndindi Nyoro, when he gave